Hey guys, and happy Thanksgiving. As you can see, I'm spending this wonderful Thanksgiving of 2016 here in my car, alone. This is actually where I've been for like the past 12 hours, maybe-ish. Yeah, I've been here for a while because last night I came down with my twin brother to visit my dad for Thanksgiving because we were going to spend 2 days with our dad and then go back home and then spend a few days with our mom and then of course go back to school and finish out the semester. But everything was good, everything was fine, and then of course somehow everything always revolves back around to politics and discussion and arguments when it comes to family, especially between me and my father. We have had many arguments over the years, many times resulting in me not speaking to him for years over some of the stuff he's done and said to me. And it's been our relationship for a long time, and it sucks the way that it's been. It sucks. It does. But, sometimes I just can't handle some of the things that he says and the way that he believes. And so it started out because we were talking about the North Dakota pipeline, and I said that the protesters shouldn't be treated the way that they are. I think that it's inhumane, and just plain and simple, no matter what the reason for doing it, it's just wrong to be doing what they're doing. Maybe the protesters are in the wrong too, and I agree that there are some things that they've done that they shouldn't be doing, but at the same time, the way that they're being treated and the way they're trying to disband the protest, it's disgraceful, it's disgusting, it makes me angry. And so we started arguing about that, and since it is about the Native Americans, of course, my father ended up making several extremely racist remarks about Native Americans, and he proceeded to call them ignorant and stupid because they hadn't developed like the rest of the world had. And that really bothered me because it was just extremely racist. It was uncalled for and extremely racist. And coming from him, it was just really interesting because it was coming from someone who's never faced discrimination of any kind before. And so we argued for a little while about that. And then, of course, we ended up rolling over to my parents' divorce, as we usually always end up arguing over anyways. Me still trying to figure out what happened and why it happened and how someone could do something like that, how you could end up cheating on your spouse and leaving your spouse because you just weren't happy and leaving your kids. And that's something that I still don't understand, how you're able to do that, how you can have a family and then just wake up one day or maybe over a period of time just decide that this isn't for you anymore. Like, for me, marriage is for life. Like, I don't believe in divorce. I think divorce is disgusting. I think it is an embarrassment. And it just makes me extremely angry because you have these people who can legally get married all over the world and they treat it like such a frivolent thing when it's actually supposed to be this wonderful bond between two people, tying them together for the rest of their lives. And nowadays you just get married and you can get divorced in a few years if it doesn't work out, and it just makes me sick. And so we argued about that a lot, and of course we argued about money because I am independent. I don't need him for things, and he thinks that I'm still relying on his money, relying on him, and it's just everything that I do comes from myself, and I've earned what I have, and I don't depend on him for any of it anymore. I just don't. And that's something that it's hard for him to wrap his mind around, because if he's not supplying me with money, then what does he have? Because that's what it's been a very big issue over the years. And so we argued about divorce, we argued about money, we argued about the pipeline, and then things, of course, had to end up rolling over into politics and whether Trump or Hillary and what's going on with all that. Sorry, I'm refocusing the camera. It's got a little blurry. And of course, my father voted Trump. And my father's a Republican. Like my older brother, he's a Republican. And both of their viewpoints on things, it embarrasses me, honestly, to be related to them with the way that they think about things. And when we were discussing a lot of it, it was just my father kept trying to argue for Trump, kept trying to argue for his beliefs, except the way he was doing it, it was a roundabout. It didn't really make sense. It didn't really go together. And so when I ended up coming after him in those different ways and just invalidating his points, he didn't really know what to do, because he's not used to having someone like stand. He's not used to us standing up against him because he's our father, and what he says he's expecting to be law. And I'm just like, I'm almost 20 years old and I've been defiant my entire life to anyone that tries to tell me that I have to be a certain way, or I have to think a certain way, or things have to be a certain way. And so when I looked at him and asked him if he knew what discrimination actually was, what it was to these types of people that he was being racist against, what it was to me as a member of the LGBT community, this is where it hurt. My dad looked at me and he told me that since he wasn't gay, he didn't know the gay agenda and everything that was going on with that, and it didn't really concern him, and he didn't want to know about it. He shouldn't have to know about it because it didn't concern him. And the LG whatever community just needs to deal with their own problems because he had no business with any of it. I'm his son, openly gay. I faced discrimination in my life. And this is what my father tells me. At that point, I was done with the argument because he not only invalidated me as a person, my sexuality, my community, my friends, my people, other minorities. He'd said something to me that is almost completely unforgivable. There were other things in the conversation, obviously, that add up to it being a lot bigger than it sounds, but in the end it came down to me asking him which was more important to him, his economical status or my rights as a human being. And when he said that the issues that mattered to him had to revolve around him or had to concern him, it just reminded me that my father's just another heterosexual white male. Discrimination is something he's never seen or faced or been on the opposite end of. It's something he can dish out, but something he's never had to take. And that's what I think is wrong with this country in a very big way. People don't care about issues unless they pertain to them. People don't care if it's not affecting their lives. And it just blows my mind. Especially when, you'd think that it would affect somebody's life when it's your child. But, so I packed up my stuff last night after the argument. We argued for 4 hours straight before his wife, my stepmom, came in and said that, we needed to go to bed because we were being too loud and stuff. And so he said he wanted to finish the discussion, and then I just looked at him, and it was about the third time, they talked about, just ending it and just stopping the conversation, and I was like, there's nothing left to talk about if that's how you see things. There's nothing left for me to say if that's how you believe it, because there's nothing I can say to make you understand the plight of my people, the plight of, the problems in the world, the things that I face on a daily basis. If you don't want to understand it, you can't. So I packed up my stuff, I got my car, and I drove away. Later tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll pick up my twin brother, we'll drive home. But I'm spending Thanksgiving alone. Probably going to go through some fast food place for my wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Go sit out on the beach or something and just kind of reflect and be by myself. Because what I am thankful for is that I didn't let my father steamroll me last night while we were arguing. What I'm thankful for is that I stand up for what I believe in, even though it's my family. And I'm thankful for the fact that there's a community for me to stand up for. There are people out there who need my help. I'm thankful for the fact that I can help them. Because some people are too scared, too nervous, too afraid to use their voice, to stand up to their family members, to fight back. And in my head, this is such a bigger deal than it probably seems to most people. But it was a big thing for me to stand up to my dad one final time especially about something like gay rights, something that I've never brought up with any of my family members. And it's just kind of a big victory for me, myself. So I'm thankful for each and every single one of you watching. I'm thankful you guys give me the courage and the motivation to keep going and keep doing and keep helping. Keep being the person that I want to be. And I hope you guys remember to be thankful for all the things that you have. Thankful if your family's unified. Thankful for the experiences that you have. Thankful for the friends that you have. Thankful for the life that you're living. There's lots of things to be thankful for, and even me now sitting in this car by a park, which is actually pretty nice. I've actually been playing Pokemon Go because there's like 3 Pokestops right around here, shamelessly. But be thankful, because even if you're sitting in a car by yourself on Thanksgiving, there's still a lot going for you in your life. You just got to think about it and find them. So that's what's going on with me and why I'm sitting in my car this Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. Spend some time with your family. Eat lots of good food. Eat some pie for me, because I'm not be eating pie. But eat some pie for me. And remember, tomorrow is a new day. Today is a new adventure. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see y'all later.